Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum brothers and sisters. Since we all know the current situation of our beloved Palestinians, may Allah keep them steadfast. May Allah send them His help. Ameen. Regarding to that, I recently posted a video on my channel. So many people viewed that video, but after reading their comments, I realized that many of them don't even know the history of this conflict. So I decided to make this video. In this video, we will explore the establishment of the State of Israel. How Israel was created. We will focus on the key events and factors that led to the creation of Israel. So let's begin. Ottoman Empire and British rule. Up until the early 1900s, Palestine was part of the Ottoman Empire, a religiously diverse land where Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived alongside each other. However, things began to change with the start of the Zionist movement in Europe, calling for the establishment of an independent Jewish state, ideally in Palestine. The first wave of European Jews started to immigrate to Palestine, and by the end of First World War, the Ottoman Empire collapsed, and Palestine came under British rule. Balfour Declaration and Jewish immigration. In 1917, Britain declared its support for a Jewish homeland in Palestine, through the Balfour Declaration. This declaration, while welcomed by the Zionist movement, was met with resistance from the Arab population, including the Muslim community, who saw it as a threat to their rights and sovereignty. Jewish immigration to Palestine increased, leading to tensions between the Jewish and Arab communities. United Nations Partition Plan and Israeli independence. After World War II and the Holocaust, international support for the establishment of a Jewish state grew. In 1947, the United Nations proposed a partition plan, which sought to divide British-ruled Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. The plan was accepted by Jewish leaders and declare independence as the State of Israel, but rejected by the Palestinians and neighboring Arab countries, leading to increased tensions and eventually war. Israel is victorious and makes a grab for the land intended for the Palestinian state under the land gets divided into three parts. Jordan occupies the West Bank and East Jerusalem, Egypt occupies Gaza. War and the creation of Israel. In 1948, the State of Israel was officially established, following the end of the British Mandate for Palestine and the withdrawal of British forces. This event, known as the Nakba or catastrophe, resulted in the displacement and dispossession of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians. In 1967 the Six-Day War breaks out between Israel and neighboring Arab countries, and by the end of it Palestine is now fully occupied by Israel. Despite the absence of a formal peace treaty, things start simmering down. Then Israelis start settling into Gaza and the West Bank, resulting in an Israeli-Palestinian struggle that gives rise to the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Organization. Their main goal to liberate Palestine from Israel by any means necessary. Fighting goes on for years. The PLO eventually accepts dividing the land between Palestine and Israel, but the conflict doesn't end there. More settlers make their way into Israeli-occupied Palestinian territories. The international community considers this illegal. The frustration of the Palestinians leads to uprising. As a result, Hamas is born, a political movement determined to fight against Israeli occupation of the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. The United States, Israel and the PLO signed the Oslo Agreement to split the West Bank into three sections. Area 1 under full Palestinian control, Area 2 under joint Palestinian-Israeli control, and Area 3 under full Israeli control, but the solution creates a problem. Area 3 contains the majority of West Bank's agricultural land, water and minerals. Palestinians have limited access to these. Further peace talks prove unsuccessful. Palestinians lose hope, resulting in the second uprising, and Israel begins building walls and setting checkpoints to control Palestinian movement. In 2005, Israel withdraws from Gaza but continues settlements in the West Bank. Hamas gains power in Gaza and splits from the Palestinian Authority, seeing it as being too secular. The West Bank and Gaza are now under separate leadership. Israel imposes a blockade restricting any form of movement by land, air or sea. Palestinians are people who have been oppressed and have had their homes taken away from them, and they have been suffering ever since. May Allah lift the pain and the struggles from our Palestinian brothers and sisters. Ameen.